Bundesliga. All right, it's looking like we won't have the same champion year after year. We've had essentially a decade of the same winner. We're talking about one-team leagues, and Bayern Munich slipped up, lost to RB Leipzig, and
RB Leipzig bodied them is really what happened.
Right. And now Borussia Dortmund have an opportunity. They won their game against Augsburg, and now they have a chance to win the Bundesliga title for the first time in a very, very long time. Do we think Dortmund?
that's who's winning this league, dude. Dortmund again, the best team in Angola.
They're at the top of the table always. Borussia Dortmund, can they hold on and win? Who's their final game against, by the way?
Borussia Dortmund will be playing against Mainz in 9th place. Mm-hmm. You know, they've just suffered their 4th loss in a row. They're not necessarily in the greatest of upswings, but Bayern Munich, who is a much better team right now than Borussia Dortmund. Borussia Dortmund was playing against a 10-man Augsburg, which is a terrible team. Not getting relegated, but pretty close to it in 14th. No disrespect, Christian. Doesn't just because you're close to relegation doesn't make you a terrible team.
But we just like to edge. We like to edge the relegation zone.
Yeah.
All right?
Well, let me tell you, Augsburg is basically Sting, because. Dude, even down to 10 men, they still had chances. If you look at the result, you're going to say, what was it? I think it was 3-0. If you look at the result, yeah, it was 3-0. You're going to say, oh, Borussia Dortmund took care easy. Nah, man. There were moments where I'm like, how are you making this a game, bro?
Yeah.
Augsburg stinks, and they've lost the player. Yeah. What are you doing? So shouts to Borussia Dortmund for at least figuring out a way to get this done. They've won 4 out of their last 5, and they're undefeated in their last 5 because that was a draw, which I can't remember the name of the game. I believe it was against Union Berlin. No, it was against Bochum, VfL Bochum. That was the run they've had. It makes me feel like they should win this league. They're both on 33 games played. Borussia Dortmund currently up top with 70 points. Bayern Munich with 68. But a draw, you're thinking, well, that's 2 points a draw. No, because the goal differential kind of brazy. Bayern Munich has a goal differential of 53, and Borussia Dortmund has 39, which 39 is great. That's almost double third place RB Leipzig. But Bayern Munich is on 1. They're 53. So you need to win out. If you win, it's yours.
Yeah.
So they're going to go into this game against Mainz knowing that if you win, the trophy's mine, dude. It's yours. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I just want to point out that Borussia Dortmund have a chance to win the title on the same year that we go to Dortmund to watch a game. Okay? So, just saying.
Coincidence? I think not.
Okay? And, the last time we went to Germany and we went to see Bayern, they won the league. Coincidence?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. You decide.
You decide. But I feel like that's it. The evidence is kind of insurmountable, bro. You can't. We're proving just the fact that you need the Cooligans in your stadium. All right.
And if you're wondering, by the way, Dortmund, I'm thinking of the way you said it. Dortmund haven't lost to Mainz in their last 6 matches. So,
right. Yeah, and I think
it seems like a win-win, and it's back in Westfallstadion. I can't remember what the actual
Signal Iduna
Park. So
what is this show,
feels
man?
Like I mean, if you came here for actual facts, you're wrong. Every once in a while, I'll make a mistake on the morning show, and they'll be like, "Alexis, how did you get that wrong?" And I'm like, "Have you? You know who you hired?
It's on you.
Don't get mad at me for calling it Ibuna. I was close, and that's enough. That's on you." We have to talk about Thomas Tuchel, though.
Yeah, man.
Because he came in to save this. Bro, Julian Nagelsmann has just got his feet up on his skateboard, just relaxing, drinking a couple Coors Light, watching this team completely crumble.
Yeah, it's been look, he got sacked at Chelsea. He got the job at Bayern when it didn't really make sense, right? Bayern were not in any bad situation. They had just won their Champions League tie, and I think the mentality was like, he's a good manager. We can't leave him on the market for too long. It's like when a really attractive girl breaks up with a guy, and everybody's like, "All right, we gotta get in here because who knows, somebody's
you
gonna
leave
scoop
your
her
family because Kim Kardashian is single again."
Yeah, everybody's trying to scoop her up, and that's who Thomas Tuchel is. But it's a look. I think it's will prove to be a mistake, right, from on Bayern's end to not show any loyalty to your manager that is doing pretty well. I mean, he wasn't crushing the Dortmund or crushing the second place team in Bundesliga like they usually do, but it just seemed like such a rash decision. And part of
this is bad management because Tuchel's not a bad manager, but you had Julian Nagelsmann, who was young, seemed to be on the come up, making some good decisions. The idea that he dressed a little bit too immature, or the idea that he rode a skateboard or a motorcycle to work and that upset you. What you want? You want someone to drive a wagon?
It's not bringing that wagon around, Julian.
Damn, bro. What you want? You want someone to, who drives a Ford Taurus to be your manager? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't agree. And I think this is another situation where, we've spoken to Bundesliga, like, execs and people, and you're probably wondering, why were they talking to you? I'm like, this is how desperate they are to win over the American market. And they said, let's ask these two idiots. Maybe a gem will drop out of the stupidity that comes out of their mouth.
Well, you know what? We got to applaud them for taking the risk, all right? They are brave, all right?
Yo, they had to sit with us for like 2 hours once. But one of the things that you and I kept talking about is like, brothers, unless you're German or happen to have been in Germany, there's really no reason for you to connect to these teams. Everything feels so stodgy and very direct. And this feels like this is why you love it. It feels like an Excel spreadsheet. You know what I mean? There's no, look at Serie A. Serie A's all over the place. They got people being, people being charged. Points are being taken away, sent back. You got fans against fences. There's mayhem there. Bundesliga, it feels like it's run by a bunch of the kids who did extra credit.
It's efficient. It's efficient. I guess the point you're making is like break more rules and laws. I mean, and that will lead to
telenovela a little bit.
What is this argument that you're making exactly?
You get what I'm saying though. Like it feels stodgy. It feels like it's
stodgy's not the word I'd use.
It's a lack of creativity it's not intensity. There's no variables. You already know. Like, this is good for the league. Bayern losing is good for the league.
I agree, but I think the main look, and we've been to Germany, 2 times, and we've gone to 4 matches while we've been there. We have had conversations with a lot of directors and executives who sort of explained the business end of Bundesliga to us. And we've also, spoken to from the fan perspective and the ultras and things like that. And there is a thing. Look, the 50+1 rule kind of governs how erratic it can get, and that's the reason it's not crazy and super unpredictable. Is kind of because of this what would be the word? Just like a fervent, just dedication to their principles. They refuse to budge from they don't want a bunch of money coming in from owners that don't care about the club. The fans like the way they hate that Bayern always wins, yes, but Bayern has just done it better than everyone else. Everyone, essentially, it's a very socialist way of running everything. Where
sure, I don't disagree with that. What I'm saying is, even on the pitch, it's boring because it's almost predictable. It's like everyone is following the rules exactly. There's not Julian Nagelsmann gave us something different. He showed up on a motorcycle, and we're like, well, there's something. The guy's trying.
Well, I get that. I mean, there's a difference between the storylines and wackiness and what happens on the actual pitch.
There's nothing, bro.
Bayern are just good. I mean, why? I mean, they do it in
but
Europe.
Forget that. The fact that Bayern keeps winning is absolutely an issue. But for me, it's like, look, if you're going to have a league where all the signage is in German, the chants are in German, we don't understand it. The team names are 75 consonants long with 3 vowels. If you're gonna have that, if you're gonna be that
Right.
league, you've got to do something else.